Hi, hello, how's it going? Today, I thought I would sit down and film a room decor haul because there's just a fire burning in my soul that just enjoys decorating, and I think a lot of you guys know that. This is definitely the room that I'm the happiest in out of all the rooms that I've been living in the past year. I pretty much stay home all day working and editing and filming, and until I have a car, that ain't gonna change. So I do like to make my space feel very comfortable, very inspiring, and obviously this isn't just my space. I share it with Roger too. He loves spending his time playing music here in the evenings and in the mornings sometimes, and it's just a really relaxing space. So I thought that I would put together this little haul for you guys to kind of give you guys a gist of what I go for when I'm decorating, and yeah, let's get into it. First things first, I do have to mention the most exciting thing about this video. Lol actually sent us a mattress, which is amazing because Roger and I felt like we had the backs of 80-year-olds when we first moved here. We've been sleeping on a full-size bed for so long. And Roger's like really uncomfortable about it. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of less space, but I think Roger minds.
Just because she hogs the bed.
What? And after we started using Lol's mattress, we realized that the problem was actually where we were sleeping. It was the smoothest process to install it. Literally all you have to do is put it into the room that you want to set it up in. Of course. Unroll it on its side and then just let it rise for like 24 to 48 hours. Want to help me flip it now? That same night, we'd slept like babies. I seriously ended up sleeping in like an extra 2 hours and my back didn't hurt at all. Neither did Roger's. Thank you so much, Lol, for sending your mattress over. Seriously, I just enjoy being able to sleep there and edit sometimes when I'm feeling lazy. I'm trying to stay hydrated because the last video I made, I was sweating the entire time and so hot up here. Recently, we got a Daiso in the area and I was really excited about it because I've been watching Daiso hauls without actually knowing a Daiso my entire teenage years. I actually got a bunch of stuff that were super necessary for the home, and I'm kind of just gonna share with you guys like the cuter stuff because some of them are a little bit boring, but my plants were in an utter state of emergency, you guys. They were flopping over, they needed to be repotted, and I actually had a Chinese money plant that had a bunch of pups around the soil, so I kind of needed to extract them and put them into their own little pots. And so I ended up going into the plant section. I found a bunch of little mini pots that are so adorable. Oh my gosh, I thought it had mold, but it's just a little poof. I got so scared. I got these. Aren't they so adorable? This one's a bear holding some sunflowers. This one's just a dog that reminds me of that little, you know, Target dog. And I also have this one that has a bunny on it. I don't know what it's eating. I was thinking of making a little area in my room that's just strictly a plant nursery so that I could see all of my tiny plants growing. And I'm actually gonna show you guys how I did that in this video. Just look at them all together. So adorable. I can't get enough of it. By the way, the Daiso sells everything for $2 here. It's not $1.50 like in California and $1 like in Japan. We have to pay double the amount, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but after a while it kind of rocks up, so I'm a little bitter about it, but it's okay. And then I also got this basket that I was thinking of, you know, popping a little pot into. It has a little bicycle and it says "Contigo al fin del mundo," which kind of reminded me of Roger, so I had to pick it up, okay? It's just too stinking precious. I also got this adorable fan that has like little sketches of kittens on it. It's kind of helpful for filming videos, but I actually got this for room decor because I really like the look of fans in rooms. I think they look so nice displayed, so I was thinking of popping this up on a wall somewhere, just kind of having it opened up and looking really pretty. I'm a cat mom and I want everyone that enters my room to know it. I also got a piggy bank, which I didn't need, but it's dressed like an apple, so I guess I did need it. I've actually been really enjoying having little pops of green in my room because Roger really wanted this room to be peach, and anything that's green really pops against my room, and it all just ties the space together and makes it look like a very cohesive color palette. And then last thing from Daiso is this little desk drawer thing. I know it's small, but it has a lot of space in it. Like it fits a lot in there. Maybe let's not do that. A couple weeks ago, we went to Chinatown to one of our favorite vegan restaurants for my brother's birthday. And as we walked outside, we crossed the street and stumbled upon this store. There are a lot of stores in Chinatown, but this one in particular had a display of a bunch of wooden animals fishing. Some of them were cows, cats, dogs, and I think frogs too. It looked So kitschy, but of course, when Diana sees something kitschy, she instantly falls in love. The one I did end up picking up is this cute little cowboy dog. He has a little cowboy hat and a handkerchief around his neck, some boots, and he's fishing. How adorable. I've actually had this in the background of some of my videos in my shelf for a while. Some of y'all told me that he reminds you of a little Animal Crossing character because he's fishing, and others said that it reminded them of Isle of Dogs by Wes Anderson. Either way, I love it. But the store owner actually told me that the artist hand carves these and paints them himself. He was from Asia, but was very much inspired by Western American culture, which is why they're all dressed up as little cowboys. The next thing I'm also really excited for because it was made by Marzia, who used to have a YouTube channel, if you guys don't happen to know her. She makes her own ceramic clay creatures that are little plant pots and plates and cups. She's actually been the one that's kind of inspired me to want to go back into clay, because when I was a kid, I used to love making little creatures, sculptures. I really want to get into ceramics eventually, and currently I'm doing polymer because it's the easiest thing that I can do at home until I get a car and can actually go to a studio. And yeah, I got a little flounder dish. So stinking precious. Of course, I'm in love with the green color that it has, but it also has these nice little fishy lips. You could actually eat on this, but I'm gonna be having this as a display on my workspace table because it just kind of adds a nice little element of surprise to my room. I just love very quirky looking pieces because it makes your space look very unique and very you. I'll link her down below. I was just about to post this video, but I got this in the mail all the way from Japan, and Roger actually sent it to me as one of my birthday gifts. It's a little Totoro themed watering can, and the water comes out this like little stem here in the back. You just pop the water in there and you're good to go. Again, replacing an Ikea one that I have that's just looking a little dull right now. And then I also got this little surprise in the mail from Marissa. She watercolor painted Clementine and even got her little nose dot perfectly. But she told me she has a little Etsy shop, so if you want to commission her or I guess check out her work, definitely look at that because this is just beautiful. Look at her fur, it just like looks so realistic to me. I also went to Ikea this past weekend to get myself a little work table, but actually I ended up getting a coffee table because it's very low to the ground since we don't really have high ceilings in the space. And this is kind of random, but I actually got this idea from the show Rilakuma. Right in between their living room and their kitchen space, they had this like really low table where they like to have their dinners, and it just looks so cozy. So I thought I would bring that element into my space by getting myself a square coffee table from Ikea. And honestly, it's just been doing the job for me. I really like the table because it has like a little shelf at the bottom, and I can store all of my polymer clay stuff, some books, and every other little random thing that I need for my workspace table. But the only thing that kind of sucks about it is that it's a little bit too high. I kind of want it to be low enough for me to like not be doing my work up here. I couldn't just get myself a table. So I ended up getting some clear mugs that honestly are so aesthetically pleasing to look at. I don't know, they just make me feel some type of way. Just got that chunky element that mugs have, but they're also clear so you can see the beverage of your choice. And I was just thinking this would be great to drink some tea in, or maybe some iced coffee in the summertime. We ended up getting this poster to put in the studio downstairs because we don't really have much wall space left since like most of our walls are all slanted up here. Also got their collection of small posters, and actually the big poster that we have is this one right here, but like bigger. Kind of reminds me of this book that I have that's called Art Forms in Nature, and it just has a bunch of different forms that you would see in nature kind of translated into art. So I think that that was her inspiration for this, but I'm not 100% sure, you know, I'm not the artist. So I also have some stuff that got sent to me from Urban Outfitters. Urban Outfitters really hooked it up when I didn't have any furniture in my first apartment, and for that I'm eternally grateful. So I thought that I would show you guys some of the things that were the highlights of the box that they sent me recently. But the first thing is this sloth. And at first sight, you might think this is like some sort of stuffed animal or something, but actually it's used to put inside of your blanket so that you can make it nice and toasty underneath. And it has the amazing infused smell of lavender in it, but I've personally been using it as a heating pad for whenever I get my cramps. I actually used this for the first time yesterday when I originally wanted to film this video, but my period came, so I was just in the worst pain ever. You just stick it in the microwave, make sure it's not too hot so you don't end up burning yourself, and put it on your belly. And it really just smelled nice. If you didn't know, lavender is also used in aromatherapy to help you fall asleep. They also sent me a candle that looks like a sculptural poop, and I just haven't had the heart to light it yet because I don't want to ruin its beautiful bulbous shape, but I definitely have to soon because it's you know, that's what candles are used for. They sent me this duvet set, which has these beautiful florals on it. I love all of its colors. It definitely just blends nicely with the rest of the space. And I do like the quilt I have right now, which I ended up investing in myself. Sadly, it pills everywhere, like all over my floor, and I end up having to vacuum every like 3 days or something. I think I'm just gonna retire it for a few months until I, you know, want to add some color back into my space and use this one for the fall, because I just think that it's a nice muted fall color palette to cover up my actual bed. They also sent me this pack right here. It should be pillowcases and like the cover for your bed and a sheet. Can't really tell on camera, but it's this very light peach orangey color that goes perfectly with these bed sheets. So I'm gonna try to link them down below for you guys in case you want to pick these up too. And then I also have this cow mini fridge that you can use for your beauty products or whatever like small snacks you want to add into your room. Definitely necessary if you have an attic room like me, because the kitchen is a million miles away. The last thing from Urban Outfitters is this basket that I actually invested in myself. I saw it at the store and immediately I just pictured it filled with all of my mini plants. So as I mentioned before, I am going to be doing a little plant nursery in my room, and I've been having this hanging off a hook near my staircase. It's just going to be a lot easier for me to water all my plants in one space, especially when they're really small. It's just a crucial time for you to be watching over them to make sure that they get all their nutrients and that they don't have too much light on them. So displaying them all in one space makes it perfect to evenly distribute the light. Anthropologie is my weakness. I don't really like their clothes as much, but their homeware section is my jam. They seriously have the most beautiful selection of like mismatched things that just kind of all work together, which is kind of like what I'm going for in my room. So I ended up going a little bit crazy in there, and I don't regret it because everything here is so beautiful and some of it was on sale. Siri was listening to me. Anyway, as I said before, I'm obsessed with ceramics. Government, if you're listening, please send some over. I ended up getting a couple of bowls because I think that eating out of ceramic bowls just makes the food taste better somehow. In like this pink color and this more oatmeal color, and I kind of just wanted to mismatch them because I think that it just looks better when they're not the same color. I wanted to get more of these, but they were like $14 each, and 2 bowls is $28. Plus it's just Roger and I, so I got these. And then the 2 items that were actually on sale, I ended up going into their sales section and I found these plates, which look very basic from afar. But upon closer inspection, you will see that they have this entire little cracked looking texture. They were only $7.99 each, and the plates that I currently had were Ikea, so I kind of just wanted to have, you know, special plates. Since I have wooden tables up here, I don't want to ruin it with my cold beverages, so I invested in some coasters, and I've been looking for some for a while, but these just immediately spoke to me with all this beautiful mosaic on them. This one has butterfly, and this one has a beetle. And then at the bottom, they have these little cork circles, so it just makes it easy to slide on your table. But they were kind of expensive. I think they were like $12 each, which is a lot of money for coasters, but they're like little works of art. Again, mismatched because I can't have one of the same thing for some reason. That's all my home decor stuff. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed getting all this stuff. I love decorating, and I hope this could give you guys some inspiration for your own decorating back at home. I know a lot of you guys are moving into dorms now, so this would definitely be very helpful for that, hopefully. I haven't actually gotten the chance to mention this, but the reason why I won't be doing a huge house tour is because this is a private home that already came furnished, but this actual room that I get to show you guys is so big, and there's so many elements that I've been able to add into it. So if you want to see a room tour, let me know in a comment or give this video a like if you enjoyed this video and want to see that room tour. But if you're new here and you enjoy my style for room decor, or perhaps the style that I put on my body, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the little bell to be notified for whenever I upload. And that's it. I'm gonna go now, but thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you on the next video. Love you, bye!